watched the last one. It didn't. There we go. All right, I'd like to welcome everybody to City of Saratoga Springs Planning Commission. Today is Thursday, June 6th. It is 6 p.m. Have a pledge of allegiance. If everybody stand and follow me in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Commissioner
Chris Karn.
Brian Chapman.
Kirk Wilkins.
Troy Cunningham.
And we have a quorum city staff.
David Stroud.
Gordon Minor.
Nicolette Feig.
Okay, thank you very much. This is a public meeting. Don't see anybody in the audience, but if there is around the hall, we're going to open public comment right now. Given that there isn't any, we're going to close public comment. And we'll go to item number 4. This is a public hearing. It's an update to the Transportation Master Plan. Gordon.
Good evening, Commissioners. Very minor update to the Transportation Master Plan. The original master plan was adopted in 2012. It's been amended a few times since then. This update is to add a traffic signal on Redwood Road at 1140 North, which is a planned intersection of Medical Drive from the west. And that's being shown there. The River Bend development is on the east side there, on that existing leg. The traffic signal will be required to facilitate access into the rapidly developing property owned by Suburban Land Reserve, where big box commercial development is expected along Redwood Road, and business park development west of that to Pioneer Crossing. Redwood Road is under UDOT's jurisdiction. The city has a corridor agreement with UDOT that specifies where UDOT traffic signals are allowed along their highways within the city. That corridor agreement must be amended. This update is a prerequisite to amending that corridor agreement. As far as review, UDOT is aware of this proposed additional traffic signal. Now, in the staff report, I reported that they were open to discussion about it. Since then, we've received comment from them that not so favorable. They're objecting to having another light so close to the one at Commerce Drive. And so that discussion is ongoing between the administration and UDOT. So we sent out notices to the property owners nearby. We received a letter from Utah Valley Pediatrics, Dr. Brian McCune, and City Recorder's Office forwarded that letter to you, and the essence of the letter was that they favored having that traffic light. So with that presentation, I'll answer any questions.
Okay, this is a public meeting, so we're going to open this up to the public. If anybody would like to make a comment on item number 4, this is an update to the Transportation Master Plan. Time is yours. No comments? Okay, we'll close public comment on item number 4 and turn it over to the Planning Commission.
Gordon, what's UDOT's alternative to getting traffic in and out of that area, which will be quite busy? Did they propose any alternatives to having a signal there?
No, they're simply focused on operations of Redwood Road.
Okay.
Do they know that a hospital is going to go in there?
Yes.
And wouldn't emergency services have to have control of a light that would stop Redwood Road traffic so they could have egress?
Yes.
Okay, so what's the problem?
I can't speak for UDOT.
Right.
Well, I mean, you've got lights at other intersections all around it. I can see where they could, route traffic accordingly for emergency services. That is a lot. Putting a light there adds a lot more, interference on Redwood, on the flow of traffic.
The administration's idea is that we add this light to this location in the Transportation Master Plan. And then we continue these discussions with UDOT. Worst case is when one of these locations is warranted, UDOT will install a light at that location. And under the current message we're receiving, when the next one is warranted, they would not. And, under that mindset, they would probably install a median barrier to force right in, right out movements at the next intersection. But I emphasize that this is an ongoing discussion between the administration and UDOT.
So UDOT can't put a light in there unless it goes through this process, is that right? Planning Commission has to recommend to the city council approves the transportation plan.
To this location?
Yeah,
Yes,
they can't do it unless it goes through our process.
that's right, because UDOT won't amend the corridor agreement that's in place without this being on the Transportation Master Plan.
Could you just do one more thing? Could you drag up the map so we can see the next location? No, the other way. And show us where the hospital will be and give us an alternative where they could get
That's
out to
Fat
Redwood
Cat.
Road.
Yeah, this is the U of U hospital here, then the IHC will be in this
Oh, yeah.
section there.
Okay, and the alternate route, if they don't use this one to get out to Redwood Road, would be,
Market Street would be one,
okay,
primarily, yeah, yes.
And wherever this
I mean-
comes in at some point.
There's a light to the north, there's a light to the west.
Now,
There-
I'm sorry.
There are lights all around it.
Presumably at Commerce Drive, there would be big box commercial west of that light. The reason I assume that is because the property owner requested, we used to have a connection from Commerce over to
Exchange.
Exchange. And in the latest, the most recent update, the property owner requested that connection be removed.
Dave, can you highlight?
But I can only
Commerce and
assume that they want to put big box commercial there and not have that bifurcated
Right.
by a road.
Commerce and Exchange?
Right, the connection, this is the connection, you follow the arrow up into this was a connection they asked to be removed.
Okay.
So you kind of see there was also a loop, system that was planned for here.
Yep.
Well, 3/4 of it is there. Like Gordon said, the property owner asked that section be removed.
all right, any other comments from the planning commission?
I have a question on that. Was that removed? Is that removed already from the transportation plan?
Yeah, what you
Yes,
see
that
here.
happened in the last update,
Okay.
in the previous update.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
Do you have the language, Dave?
I move to forward a positive recommendation to adopt this June 2019 update to the Transportation Master Plan.
We have a motion, and we have a second. Any question on the motion? Commissioner Chapman. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's move on to item number 5, approval of minutes. There were two things I think that were omitted from my comments on that. I was hoping you could put those back in, that I had mentioned that that the applicant was not subject to Title 19, and that I was in support of the applicant. Any other comments, revisions, changes?
On Beacon Point.
I'll entertain a motion.
I move to approve the Planning Commission minutes from May 23rd, 2019 with the updates of Chair Wilkins.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second from Commissioner Karn. Any question on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Item number 6, reports of action.
No reports of action.
Item 7, discussion of City Code Title 19.07 PUD.
We put this in there just, obviously, you can't zone property now to the PUD ordinance, but
Right.
we wanted to bring it to you anyway, just in case someone may have had a question. That way we're just not sidestepping it, but if there's no comments or questions, then we can just, next meeting, move on to the next one.
I'll entertain a motion.
I don't think we need one.
Nope, no motion on that.
Oh, that's right. Commission comments, number 8. Director's report.
Just a couple things. As you know, we lost Ryan to Santaquin. We do have a group of interviewees. I think we're scheduled for, I would say, Monday to do some interviews. We're down to 2 planners right now for at least the next 2 weeks. Tippy had already a planned vacation prior to taking employment here, so she's out of the office, and Sarah and I are there, and Kara is out indefinitely, and so we're hanging on, the two of us. So, but those interviews, hopefully we'll got to get a good candidate out of that, and within a few weeks, hopefully have somebody.
Good luck. Okay, well, that was a fun meeting. Without objection, we adjourn.